She came out, and she was purple. For years, the world saw Nick Jonas and Priyanka Chopra as the perfect Hollywood power couple. They posted smiles, red carpets, and happiness. But behind closed doors, they were living a nightmare that no amount of money could fix. In a heartbreaking new revelation in 2026, Nick just admitted the truth we never knew. His daughter didn't just arrive early. She had to be brought back to life. This is the story of the 100-day war that changed the Jonas family forever. Welcome back to Starlens News, where we peel back the layers of fame to find the human story underneath. I'm your host, Nick Jonas, one-third of the biggest boy band in the world, Priyanka Chopra, a global icon. When they welcomed their daughter Malti Marie via surrogate in 2022, the world celebrated. But back then, the couple went silent. For over 3 months, nobody saw the baby. Why? Because while the world speculated, Nick and Priyanka were standing inside a hospital room, watching their tiny daughter fight a battle for survival. Today, we break down Nick as emotional confession on the On Purpose podcast and the terrifying details of Malti's birth. To understand the pain, we have to look at the love story. It started with a DM on Twitter. Nick said he knew he would marry her the moment she walked into a room. Fast forward to 2022. They were expecting their first child via surrogate. Everything was planned. But life doesn't follow a script. 3 months before her due date, they got the call. It was too early. Way too early. Nick recalls rushing to the hospital, his heart pounding, not knowing if he would become a father or mourn a child. In his interview with Jay Shetty this week, the usually composed Nick Jonas broke down. He described the moment Malti entered the world. She weighed only 1 pound, 11 ounces. That is less than a carton of milk. But it wasn't just the size. Nick said, she came out and she was purple, basically. She wasn't breathing. In that freezing moment, Nick watched as the angels of the NICU, the nurses and doctors, resuscitated his daughter. They had to manually bring her back to life. And the fight didn't stop there. Malti's tiny body was failing. She required not 1, not 2, but 6 blood transfusions. Imagine being a parent, watching needles go into a baby the size of your hand, just praying her heart keeps beating. This tragedy happened during the peak of COVID-19 protocols. This added a cruel twist to their pain. They couldn't stay together. Nick revealed they had to do rotating 12-hour shifts. One parent enters, the other leaves. For 3.5 months, they lived in the NICU. Nick described it as comforting and frightening. Comforting because Malti was fighting. Frightening because they saw other families around them. Families who weren't as lucky. Families whose babies didn't make it home. So what does this tell us? We often look at celebrities and think their lives are perfect. But inside the NICU, fame doesn't matter. Money doesn't matter. The only thing that mattered was Malti's will to live. Nick believes Malti remembers. He says, spiritually, I believe there's gratitude in her. She knows she fought to be here. Now at 4 years old, she is healthy, happy, and vibrant. This experience changed Nick from a pop star into a protector. It reminds us all that life is fragile, and every breath is a gift we shouldn't take for granted. Malti Marie is a true warrior. And Nick Jonas sharing this story gives hope to millions of parents currently sitting in an NICU praying for a miracle. What do you think about Nick's emotional revelation? Have you or someone you know survived a premature birth? Share your story in the comments below. We read every single one. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This is Starlens News, seeing the stars through a different lens. Thanks for watching.